wanted to hop on here real quick and give you guys an update on using the loom with my knitting machine. So what I did was I put a loom, a rigid heddle loom, beneath my knitting machine that's computerized. And the way I did that was I warped the loom like you normally would, but before I attached it to the cloth bar in the front, I brought the threads, the warp threads, up. I attached them to the hooks, the different needles on the needle bed, and then I brought them down in front and through the heddle and then onto the cloth bar is where I attached them. And so you'll notice on the heddle, I did not put them through the holes, just the slots so that they could move freely. The yarns could move freely as different needles were selected by the knitting machine. So at first I thought I'll do a 2-color portrait on the knitting machine. And so I first started by doing 2 colors of weft thread through it, and it was a big mess and it did not look anything like a portrait. And then I realized, oh, the knitting machine thinks the warp threads is one of the colors, and that worked, and I could see the face emerging a little bit. So then I thought, well, I'm going to try doing a 4-color one. And so I went into Image to Track and I did 4 colors. And it's a little different than most tapestry weaving because it's not being wrapped around every warp piece. The weft floats over some of the warps when the color is continuous. And I'm really into it. I think it has some really cool texture, very different than how it looks when I knit the pieces. So I really, really like that. It's more like, I don't know, it feels more organic. It feels a little messier. It feels more textural. It reminds me a little bit of when I do my spray paint murals on textured brick walls and stuff. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going to experiment with it further. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update and let you see some of the experiments that I've been doing with attaching a loom to the knitting machine.